Hey there, Aries. How are you doing today? I'm so happy you're joining me for your comprehensive tarot reading, relevant for the first half of May 2025. I've cleared the energy in this space and meditated on your cards, connecting to the vibrations that resonate with your Aries spirit. Let's kick off by unlocking the affirmation that's whispering to you most clearly now. I am gentle with myself and others. This phrase has selected you, so say it with me, either in a whisper or with confidence, and let its peaceful energy envelop you. I am gentle with myself and others. I am gentle with myself and others. Now let's begin your reading by drawing the 3 key tarot cards that will guide you through these 2 weeks. We have Knight of Wands, 8 of Swords, and 4 of Cups. Accompanying these is the oracle card Monkey from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck. As for your tea leaf fortune card, it is Door. Starting off with the Knight of Wands, this card is like an electric jolt of energy and inspiration. It's saying that you're ready to charge forward with big ideas and creative pursuits. You might feel that burst of motivation that makes you want to leap into new projects or adventures headfirst. Think about those days when you felt unstoppable, a spontaneous road trip, a burst of creativity that leads you to start a new hobby, or even your career plans taking an exciting turn. The Knight of Wands in your reading is urging you to harness that impulsive, bold nature that's so quintessentially Aries. It suggests that if you're feeling a bit restless or bored, it might be time to go after what really sparks joy in you. Do you recall moments where your enthusiasm led you to take risks that paid off? Is there something in your work or personal life that's been calling for that burst of creative energy? It might even be a creative project or an exciting new relationship opportunity, something where your natural leadership shines and propels you forward. Next, we see the 8 of Swords, a card that comes in a bit like a pause button on all that fiery energy. This card is not so much about physical obstacles as it is about mental blocks and feelings of being trapped. Sometimes after a burst of excitement, you might find yourself wondering, am I really free to move forward? The 8 of Swords points to those moments when anxiety or self-imposed limitations hold you back from acting on your impulses. Think about situations where you've doubted yourself or felt boxed in by your own thoughts. It might be that lingering worry that you're not good enough for a project, a relationship, or even a personal adventure. For someone as driven as you, dear Aries, this can be a wake-up call to examine the inner critic. Ask yourself, are there specific beliefs or fears that are stopping you from going after what you want? Can you remember a time when overcoming these doubts led to a breakthrough? This card is suggesting that while you have the power and ambition of the Knight of Wands, sometimes you need to break free from these mental chains. It's a gentle reminder that the only thing really holding you back may be your own perception of limitations, and that you have the fire within to overcome them. Then we come to the 4 of Cups, which balances out the earlier cards by urging reflection and re-examination of your emotional landscape. You might be in a phase where you're feeling a little detached or a bit bored with the routine, even as big opportunities knock on your door. The 4 of Cups suggests that although you may currently be immersed in introspection or even mild discontent, there could be hidden gifts right in front of you that you're not seeing because you're lost in thought. Imagine sitting on your porch on a warm day, maybe feeling that little sense of melancholy or disillusionment wash over you, and then noticing the bright, inviting flowers or a friendly neighbor waving at you. This card poses a beautiful question. Are you missing out on joy because you're so caught up in what isn't working? Is there an aspect of your life that you've overlooked simply because you're waiting for something grander to happen? As an Aries, where passion and spontaneity are part of your core, you might sometimes feel that the world isn't keeping pace with your fiery heart. Yet this card gently nudges you to reconnect with the simple pleasures and to reframe your perspective. It invites you to ask yourself if you're open to the subtle hints of love, opportunity, and delight that might currently be eluding your notice. I hope you're finding this reading meaningful. Let me know with a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's bring in the oracle card, the Monkey. This card is all about tapping into your inner child. It's a reminder not to take life too seriously and to allow a bit of playful mischief to bubble up within you. Picture the cheekiness and boundless energy of a monkey swinging through trees, exploring every nook and cranny with no fear or judgment. This card is a call to you to let go of any heavy expectations or rigid routines that might be weighing you down. When the monkey appears, it's like a cosmic invitation to reconnect with that untamed, creative, fun-loving part of yourself. Ask yourself, when did you last laugh wholeheartedly? Are there ways you might bring more spontaneity into your daily routine? It might be something as simple as scheduling time for a hobby, playing games, or reconnecting with a friend who brings out that lighthearted side of you. Sometimes, the path to healing and progress lies not in constant seriousness, but in allowing yourself to be a bit silly, to rediscover joy, and to let that playful spirit lead your actions. Lastly, the tea leaf card, the door, is a powerful symbol of opportunity. Imagine a grand, heavy door in an old brick wall waiting to be opened. This card is reminding you that there are chances and new pathways just waiting for you, but you have to be willing to take that first step to cross the threshold. As an Aries, your natural courage is one of your greatest strengths, and now is the time to show it. Perhaps there's a new job, a relationship, or even a personal project that has been quietly lining up behind you, waiting for your signal to step forward. The door tells you that while opportunities are abundant, they require a bit of action from you. Have you been hesitating at the edge of a decision, feeling a mix of excitement and fear? What would it look like if you allowed that hesitance to become a stepping stone instead of an obstacle? Are you ready to push open that door, even if it means stepping into the unknown? It's a gentle, yet insistent nudge that the next big breakthrough in your life might just be waiting on the other side. When you weave all these cards together, there's a dynamic dance happening between drive, internal obstacles, and the need for playful self-reflection, all pointing toward a major invitation to take action. The Knight of Wands energizes you, igniting your path with creative momentum, but then the Eight of Swords reminds you to be aware of your inner critic and the traps of overthinking. The Four of Cups adds a layer of emotional introspection. It's like a pause that tells you to look around and see if you're missing out on something beautiful because you're too focused on what's not working. The Monkey, with its spirited call to reconnect with your inner child, tells you that sometimes you need to laugh, play, and see the lighter side of life, which can dissolve some of that internal tension. And finally, the door stands as a steadfast reminder that with all this energy and introspection, you're right at the entrance to some exciting new beginnings. It encourages you to be brave and to take that first step into a fresh chapter, even if it feels a little scary. Take a moment to consider the interplay of these energies. Think about a time when you felt like the Knight of Wands, full of passion and forward momentum, but then something held you back. Maybe a worry or fear, much like the Eight of Swords. Do you see any patterns in your daily life where you push forward with all your might yet find yourself hesitating at the last moment? Could it be that the Four of Cups is gently asking you to look around, to appreciate what's already there before you dash off towards something new without looking? And then, when all this internal talk feels too heavy, the Monkey reminds you that laughter and play are keys to unlocking those chains. Have you taken a moment lately to let your hair down and embrace the fun side of life, even if it seems out of sync with what you think you should be doing? Finally, the image of the door challenges you. What is the one step you've been avoiding because of fear or uncertainty? What opportunity might be lying just beyond if you allow yourself to take that leap? For you, as an Aries, this reading is a call to balance that high-voltage energy with moments of self-care and introspection. It speaks to your natural ability to blaze new trails, while also reminding you that sometimes the most powerful actions come from acknowledging when you need a breather and letting your inner child guide you. Your assertive nature is your superpower, but when you combine it with a playful spirit and a willingness to face your inner doubts, you create a synergy that can truly transform your life. The mix of these cards suggests that the first half of May could be a period of both exciting beginnings and necessary soul-searching pauses. Imagine waking up one morning with a burst of inspiration to start a new project at work. Perhaps you've been mulling over a creative idea for months. You feel that Knight of Wands surge in you, pushing you to take risks and pursue your passion. But then as the day unfolds, doubts creep in, and you find yourself stuck on an email or unable to make a decision, just as the Eight of Swords shows up to remind you that sometimes it's your own mind putting up barriers. Later in the day, maybe you're sitting quietly by yourself, feeling like nothing is changing no matter how hard you try, mirroring the energy of the Four of Cups. It's in that quiet moment that you remember the monkey. Maybe you watch a funny video or catch up with a friend who makes you laugh, and suddenly the heavy feeling lifts. And then, in a flash of intuition, you notice an opportunity, a job posting, a chance to reconnect with a mentor, or even the idea of learning a new skill. And you see this opportunity as a literal door in your path. It's inviting you to step through, even if you're not entirely sure what will be on the other side. What step would you take if you knew it could lead to something wonderful? Have you thought about what small action you can take today to start opening that door? All these cards combined are telling you that the first half of May is filled with potential if you can balance your natural drive with moments of playful release and mindful introspection. There might be moments of internal struggle or hesitation, but there's also a huge wave of opportunity riding just on the horizon. For an Aries, who thrives on action and bold moves, this means learning to honor every part of yourself. The warrior ready to charge ahead, the thinker who pauses to question, the dreamer who sees the beauty in everyday moments, and the playful child who reminds you that life's meant to be enjoyed. So as you move into this period, consider setting aside time each day to reflect. Perhaps take a short walk where you just breathe and laugh at the little things, or write down any recurring doubts so you can see them and then gently challenge them. Ask yourself, what is that one door I've been curious about, but also a bit scared to open? How can I use that fiery energy to push past the mental walls that sometimes hold me back? And when I get caught up in seriousness, what simple joy can I invite into my day to lighten the load? The interplay of these cards suggests that by accepting both your strengths and your vulnerabilities, and by allowing yourself that playful, curious energy, you can step confidently into new opportunities that await you. What if unlocking abundance was as simple as pressing play? The Money Wave is designed to reprogram your mind for wealth. Don't miss out. Check the link in the description. Now let's turn our attention to the central theme of love and relationships. Your true love oracle card is Chivalry, and the tarot card is the Moon. You know, when it comes to love and relationships, things can sometimes feel as mysterious as a moonlit night, with hidden emotions and undercurrents that aren't always visible at first glance. The Moon is a call to trust your intuition, to look closely at the emotions stirring just beneath the surface. It invites you to explore the less obvious parts of your heart and relationships, where secrets or unspoken feelings may reside. Have you ever sensed that there was more beneath the everyday routine of love than you could see? That feeling might be your inner wisdom nudging you to question, to reflect, and to understand a situation on a deeper level. Whether it's the thrill of a new romance or the quiet struggles in a long-standing partnership, now weaving in the energy of chivalry adds another layer to this reading. This isn't about outdated notions of romance, but rather about genuine integrity, courage, and the honoring of the dance between masculine and feminine energies. Imagine someone stepping up, not out of obligation, but out of a deep sense of care, protection, and respect. That could be a partner who not only shows grand, gallant gestures, but also consistently supports you through everyday challenges. And for those who are single or exploring new ways to connect, this chivalrous energy encourages you to be the brave soul who values open-hearted, respectful interactions. Think of it like this. When you see a kind gesture, maybe a friend offering a shoulder during a tough time, or a potential lover showing up when you need them most, it might be a sign to appreciate that quality in yourself or in others. Consider the times when a small act of kindness, like someone holding a door open for you or offering a thoughtful compliment, resonated on a deeper level. How did that make you feel? Did it spark a sense of safety or warmth that made your heart flutter? Now, if we bring these two cards together against the backdrop of your May energies from the general reading, there's a powerful interplay happening. On one hand, you're riding that wave of bold, forward-moving energy, the spirit of the Knight of Wands, fueling your passions and encouraging you to take risks in your love life. On the other, there's a call to slow down and acknowledge those inner thoughts and feelings, just as the moon invites you to look beyond the obvious. It's like standing between two worlds, one that pushes you forward with fierce energy and one that whispers gentle insights into your soul. These energies, combined with the underpinning messages of playful creativity and new beginnings from your general reading, suggest that this could be a time to balance action with introspection. Take a moment to reflect on your relationships. If you're in love, are there areas where mysteries or unresolved emotions seem to linger? It might be time to trust your gut and talk about those hidden feelings with your partner. Ask yourself, what is my intuition trying to tell me about the dynamics of our relationship? If you're single or on the lookout for a meaningful connection, the moon might be hinting that there are layers to your own heart waiting to be understood and shared. It's a good time to embrace vulnerability, perhaps opening up about your dreams and fears with someone who shows genuine chivalry, someone who not only acts with gallantry in the little moments, but also understands the deep interplay of strength and sensitivity. Think about the balance you've been striving for in your life. Your general reading encouraged you to harness both that fiery drive and moments of introspection, and in matters of love, that balance is just as crucial. The moon's energy asks you to pay attention to subtle signals, maybe a lingering glance or a hesitance, before you fully commit to an idea or a person. It's a reminder that not all love is expressed through obvious declarations. Sometimes, it's found in the quiet, honest moments that only reveal themselves when you're truly present. Meanwhile, the spirit of chivalry grounds these emotions by urging respectful, considerate actions. For instance, if a partner or friend shows these qualities, take a moment to recognize and affirm them. And if you're the one who embodies that chivalrous energy, check in with yourself to ensure your actions are nurturing rather than controlling. Ask yourself, in what ways can I show integrity in love? How can I balance bold romantic gestures with deep, authentic care? Both cards, together, are inviting you to see the magic in emotional honesty. They suggest that while there might be some hidden or shadow aspects in your relationships, there's also a powerful chance to deepen your connections through acts of genuine care. Whether this reading speaks more to your love life, a spark turning into something more profound, or your broader relationships with friends, family, or partners, it offers you a gentle nudge to align your actions with your heartfelt truths. Imagine a day where you decide to talk openly with someone you care about something that's been on your mind, fueled by that inner awareness that the moon brings. Then, later, notice how small acts of genuine kindness, those chivalrous gestures, help build a foundation of trust and warmth. Could it be that by blending emotional insight with deliberate, thoughtful action, you're setting the stage for a relationship that is both passionate and secure? So, my dear Aries, as you navigate the first half of May, know that this reading is steering you toward a dual journey in love and relationships. One that encourages you to trust in the unseen, to listen deeply to the whispers of your heart, and to celebrate everyday acts of integrity and care. This is your invitation to explore all dimensions of connection. So whether you see this as guidance for your love life or your broader interpersonal relationships, may you find the courage to open your heart and let the transformative energy of these cards lead you to richer, deeper, and more authentically rewarding connections. And now, the cards are ready to reveal insights about your career and education. Your Dreamweaver's Oracle card is All the Shoes Fell from the Sky, and the Tarot card is Seven of Swords. This combination is offering you both a wake-up call and a gentle push to overcome the fears that may be holding you back from pursuing your true ambitions. The Seven of Swords is a card that often points to a time when you might be tempted to take shortcuts or keep your plans under wraps. In your work or studies, this card might signal that you're feeling pressure to make progress, but there's a nagging thought that maybe you're not fully prepared to face everything head-on. There could be situations where you find yourself working behind the scenes, feeling like you need to guard your ideas or even your actions because you fear being exposed. Have you ever felt like you're quietly maneuvering around obstacles in a way that feels more like hiding than strategizing? This card invites you to reflect on whether any part of your approach in your job or academic pursuits is too secretive or self-protective, keeping you from showing off your real capabilities. It might be that in an environment where competition is fierce or expectations are high, you feel the need to keep quiet or not share your best work because you're scared something might not be perfect. The Seven of Swords is both a caution and an opportunity. It nudges you to consider whether this guarded approach is really serving you, or if it might be a self-imposed barrier that's holding back your true potential. Now let's bring in the Oracle card with its evocative imagery of shoes falling from the sky. This card speaks to a kind of waiting game, where you might be expecting that something bad is about to happen, even when good things are at your doorstep. In practical terms, this could mean that you're hesitant to commit fully to a new project at work, or an exciting educational opportunity because you're waiting for some inevitable setback. It's as if you've built a little shelter in your mind, ready to shield you from disappointment if things don't turn out exactly as planned. You might be caught in a loop of self-sabotage, where the thought of success is intertwined with fear of failure. Have you ever caught yourself holding back from applying for that promotion or enrolling in that dream course because a voice inside kept whispering that things would go wrong? This card is a reminder that if you're constantly expecting the worst, you might be missing out on the brilliant possibilities that are actually meant for you. It suggests that the very act of waiting for disaster to strike can become a habit that prevents you from seizing opportunities, and the results of your dreams might just be waiting if you decide to take that leap. When we blend these cards with the guiding theme we talked about earlier, the message becomes even richer. The general reading urged you to balance the fiery energy of moving forward with moments of introspection, acknowledging the internal hurdles you sometimes set for yourself. In the context of your career and education, this means that while you have the drive and enthusiasm to charge ahead, like the Knight of Wands, there's also a clear call to examine your mindset. The Seven of Swords, in this setting, warns of the risk of being overly cautious or secretive, not sharing your true talents or ideas because of a fear of being exposed or judged harshly. Simultaneously, the Oracle card's message about waiting for the other shoe to drop ties in perfectly by pointing out that a fear of success can be as paralyzing as a fear of failure. It's important to acknowledge, if you've been waiting for a sign, that something bad is going to happen, just so you can avoid making a mistake. This waiting, however, becomes its own kind of trap, keeping you stuck in stasis instead of taking bold steps forward. For your career, this might mean reassessing how you approach opportunities at work. Are there projects you've been shy about volunteering for because you're worried they won't go perfectly? Perhaps you've held back from speaking up in meetings or sharing innovative ideas because you fear being shot down. Or maybe you're dealing with a situation where you feel pressure to act in a certain way that doesn't fully reflect who you are, and that causes you internal conflict. In education, it could reflect a similar internal tug-of-war. Whether you're considering further studies, switching courses, or even tackling a challenging subject, you might be fighting against the belief that you're destined to fail or that nothing will ever go right. The energy from these cards is urging you to challenge those beliefs. Instead of letting the expectation of failure stop you, try to embrace the inherent uncertainty of life and recognize that imperfection is a natural part of any worthwhile journey. Imagine this in real life. Maybe you've been working on a project for months, but every time you think about sharing it, a part of you holds back, expecting that someone will point out a flaw, or that it might not be as well received as you hope. Or perhaps in your studies you've hesitated to join a challenging class because deep down you fear not living up to your own expectations or those of others. This reading is inviting you to examine those moments with curiosity rather than judgment. Think about times when you've taken risks in the past and, despite the ups and downs, learned something valuable from the experience. How can that sense of courage be applied now? With the energy of the Seven of Swords encouraging you to lower your guard, and the Oracle card urging you to stop waiting for an anticipated failure, you're being gently reminded to trust your instincts and to allow yourself to fully engage with the opportunities before you. As you navigate the first half of May, consider stepping out from behind any self-imposed barriers. Whether it's in your job, studies, or both, ask yourself, what if the outcome is as positive as you dare to imagine? How can you change your approach from one of cautious withholding to one that embraces the adventure of reaching for what you really desire? This is your call to merge practicality with bravery. Let the lessons from your general reading, that blend of fiery drive, introspection, playful energy, and readiness to take on new challenges, infuse your approach to career and education. Use that bold spirit to set aside any doubts, remind yourself that no outcome is set in stone, and allow the magic of possibility to lift you into the next phase of your journey. Trust that even if a shoe drops somewhere along the line, it doesn't define your entire path. It's simply part of a larger, beautiful pattern that is constantly evolving, just like you. Moving on, let's take a look at the opportunities surrounding your personal and spiritual growth. Your self-care wisdom oracle card is Self, and the tarot card is Ace of Cups. These cards together are whispering messages that invite you to open your heart and nurture the most important relationship you have, the relationship with yourself. You see, the Ace of Cups is a beautiful emblem of new beginnings when it comes to emotions, compassion, and deep inner renewal. It's like a fresh wave of water washing over you, signaling that it's time to let go of old hurts, welcome new love, and be receptive to a flow of positive energy, whether that's in your emotional life or in your spiritual practices. Now, when we blend this with the Self card, there's a loving reminder coming through loud and clear. It's time to show yourself some kindness. Too often, we can be our own harshest critics, expecting perfection and punishing ourselves for our mistakes. But in reality, holding on to that self-criticism only keeps us stuck in a cycle of negativity. Instead of chasing the impossible ideal of being thin, rich, or happy by beating yourself up, the cards are inviting you to try a more nurturing approach, one that centers on self-love as the true pathway to fulfillment. Think about those moments when you've been overly hard on yourself, times when you felt you were falling short of your own expectations. Now, imagine what might change if you chose to gently remind yourself that you deserve love, support, and care from your very own heart. In the context of the broader energy of early May that we discussed earlier, where you're encouraged to harness your powerful drive while also taking time for introspection, this layer of personal and spiritual growth fits perfectly. The general reading spoke of balancing bold action with mindful pauses to listen to your inner voice. Now, the Ace of Cups adds to that conversation by asking you to let your feelings flow freely. It invites you to see that your emotional life is not a burden to bear but a source of strength. Even if you've been battling internal fears or doubts, as symbolized in the earlier Eight of Swords, this card suggests that the key to true freedom lies in embracing your vulnerability with open arms. This is a moment to ask yourself some important questions. In what ways do I treat myself kindly, and where might I be unnecessarily harsh? Could there be hidden reserves of compassion within you that are just waiting to be tapped into if you can give yourself permission to be imperfect? Whether you're seeking personal growth by releasing old patterns or looking to deepen your spiritual journey through practices like meditation, yoga, or simply quiet reflection, both the Ace of Cups and the Self card are here as gentle guides. They're urging you to make space for that transformative energy by acknowledging that self-love is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Imagine a time when you allowed yourself to be kind after a setback, noticing how that small act of self-compassion slowly shifted your mood and gave you the strength to try again. That is the energy these cards are inviting you to cultivate right now. Instead of waiting for external validation or a sign that something will fall perfectly into place, recognize that nurturing your own heart opens the door to deeper emotional insight and spiritual abundance. This act of embracing who you are with all your quirks and imperfections creates a ripple effect that can touch every aspect of your life, from your relationships with others to your creative pursuits and professional endeavors. Reflect on the interplay of these energies with the general theme of early May. Remember how the Knight of Wands propelled you forward with fiery passion, while the Eight of Swords cautioned about internal blocks. The Ace of Cups himself take that conversation to a deeper level by reminding you that your inner landscape is fertile ground for growth, but only if you water it with love and understanding. The energy of the Monkey from earlier encourages you to play and be lighthearted, which is also key to embracing your true self without judgment. And just as the door in the tea leaf card signals new opportunities waiting on the other side, opening your heart to self-love might be the very act that unlocks a whole new realm of personal and spiritual richness. As you step into this phase, ask yourself, how can I better honor my feelings and nurture my own heart? Are there moments in the past when I was too harsh with myself? And how might things be different if I chose self-compassion instead? Whether you're in the midst of a personal transformation or seeking deeper spiritual alignment, know that loving yourself is the first step toward any kind of meaningful growth. Allow these cards to remind you that you are deserving of the same care and attention you so willingly give others. So embrace this wave of new emotional beginnings with an open heart. Let the gentle energy of the Ace of Cups wash away residual self-doubt, and let the Self card be a loving echo, urging you to cherish who you are. In the spirit of early May's vibrant energy, take this opportunity to cultivate your inner well, ensuring that your journey, be it personal or spiritual, is rooted in a genuine, unshakable love for yourself. Trust that by shifting your focus to nurturing your inner being, all other areas of your life will naturally be enriched with peace, joy, and a clearer sense of purpose. As I tune into the energy flowing through your reading for the first half of May, I feel a wonderful mix of fiery ambition, deep introspection, and a heartwarming invitation to reconnect with what truly matters in your life. The overall message coming through is one of balance and transformation, a call to charge ahead with passion, while also taking time to check in with your inner world. Imagine a day where you wake up, bursting with creative energy and ready to tackle new adventures. Yet later, you find moments of quiet reflection that remind you to let go of doubts and open your heart to the little miracles happening around you. There's a sense that you might be wrestling with some inner barriers, those feelings that sometimes hold you back from showing the world your best self. Maybe you've experienced times when you felt unsure whether you were ready for a new challenge, whether in your career, your studies, or even in personal relationships. Have you ever noticed that even when opportunities come your way, there's a tiny voice in your head warning you that things might not work out perfectly? This reading gently suggests that while being cautious has its place, it's equally important to embrace the energy of possibility. Think about a situation at work where you hesitated to share an idea because of fear of criticism, or a time in school when you nearly didn't sign up for a course because you worried about not meeting high expectations. What if that hesitation was simply a doorway waiting to be opened? Just as new opportunities often stand ready for us to take the leap. On the personal side, there's a gentle push to reconnect with your inner child and let yourself be playful, even when life seems heavy. It reminds you that sometimes the magic lies in those unexpected moments of laughter, a spontaneous road trip, a playful conversation with a friend, or even dancing in your living room because the mood just struck you. This playful energy is a reminder that life isn't meant to be taken too seriously all the time. Ask yourself if there have been moments lately when a little joy might have been just what you needed. Is there something small, a kind gesture from someone, a cherished memory, or a simple act of self-care that you might be overlooking because you're too focused on what might go wrong? There's also a strong undercurrent here about taking the necessary steps to unlock the next chapter in your career or studies. You might have been quietly working behind the scenes, maybe even holding back ideas or ambitions because a part of you was waiting for a sign that something might go awry. But now, you're encouraged to shift your thinking. Step past that hesitation and trust that every small move you make is part of a bigger design. For instance, if you've been considering applying for a new role or diving into further education, remind yourself that perfection isn't the goal. The journey itself is a beautiful blend of mistakes and successes that shapes who you become. Look back on times when taking a risk opened the door to unforeseen possibilities, and let that memory serve as a guide for now. On a more spiritual and personal level, there's a heartwarming invitation to nurture the relationship you have with yourself. This is the time to let your emotions flow freely, to find solace in the gentle practice of self-love, and to remember that kindness toward yourself sets the tone for every connection you make. There may have been moments when you felt weighed down by self-criticism, or when you believed that nothing could change unless you achieved some impossible standard. But this message reminds you that treating yourself with gentleness and compassion is not just okay, it's essential. Think back on those rare, quiet moments when you truly appreciated who you are, and let that feeling guide you forward. All these strands weave together into a vibrant tapestry of possibility, urging you to meld your bold, dynamic spirit with a deep, nurturing inner life. The affirmation in your reading, "I am gentle with myself and others," ties everything together, offering a soft yet firm reminder that your approach, whether in work, love, or personal growth, can be both courageous and compassionate. Picture yourself moving gracefully into each day, ready to face challenges with a mix of strength and kindness. Envision a scenario at work where you boldly share your ideas, and later, you take a quiet moment to forgive yourself for any perceived shortcomings, knowing that every step is part of your journey. As we wrap up this reading, I want you to feel the warmth and promise of what lies ahead. I sense that the coming days may bring unexpected opportunities, heartfelt moments of connection, and personal breakthroughs that will fill you with renewed energy. Embrace each experience with an open heart, knowing that both the high-energy bursts and the quiet pauses play their own beautiful roles in your life story. Trust in your inner wisdom, nurture your dreams, and let yourself be uplifted by the gentle power of self-love. As May unfolds, know that you are creating a life that is bold, reflective, and deeply enriching. One where every act of courage is met with compassion, and every door you open leads to more joy and growth. Did this reading give you clarity? If so, please like and subscribe.